All right. How do we want to start this off, chat room? Do we want to start it off with somebody that's not obvious? Do we want to start it off with somebody that is confusing other people? Or do you want to start from top tier, low tier? What do you guys want to do? Who should we do first? All right, go down the list. Random. All right, let's do this. Let's just go like this. Let's just get the mouse and just go like this. And the first one that gets picked is the one I get to do. La Diva. All right, then. All right, let's do La Diva first, then. Okay, La Diva. Wow, what a character. All right, so here's the thing with La Diva, okay? La Diva is a character that I think she's probably one of the best grappler archetypes, or one of the best grapplers in a fighting game right now. She has so many cool tools, especially in the realm of Granblue Fantasy Versus. If the player that plays La Diva knows how to play the mechanics and knows how to play the game, damn, they could really make them hurt, dude. Really make them hurt. So 100%, I'm going to put her... This is around A tier. S tier being the top. And I'm going to say she's cheap, dude. She hella cheap. Well, here's the thing. Okay, I might put her in the middle because it all depends on the matchups too. She can be cheap, but at the same time, it can be like, okay, she has to work really hard. So I'm going to put her right in the middle, actually. A tier, right down, smack down the middle. Because there's situations... Maybe a little bit to the right. Maybe like right here. Because she's cheap, dude. All right, listen to me. Any character that can get in, doesn't matter how the journey was, once she gets to her destination, holy goddamn. It's crazy the amount of crap that she can do when she gets to her destination. So I can see her being honest because there's some matchups that she has that can be real bad for her, and it can be, you can feel bad for the La Diva player, but at the same time, dude, she can literally melt your entire life bar like a freaking like a stick of butter on a hot pan. So I'm gonna put her right around here. 8. This is around 8 tier as well, because I think she's very strong. She has great tools. She has great neutral tools. She's got good ways to be able to make you afraid of La Diva, because she's got a fantastic command grab that is the size of a football field. Whenever she goes to grab you, man, the range on her medium version is crazy, and her EX version, and she gets a safe jump off of it, so she can put you in a mix-up right off the bat. And yeah, I think she's just a super great character. Now, like I said, that she can have bad matchups, but like I said, if you know how to play the game, you know how to use the mechanics, she can be real good, man. She can be really good. A player that's playing her currently is Koji Cog. Koji Cog, holy crap, dude! I don't even wanna like explain how good Koji Cog is with La Diva. Oh my god. So, anyways, La Diva, that's her. Next up, let's see. Let's go again, just like this, and look away. And I didn't pick anybody, so I'm just gonna go like this again. No, pick anybody again. Lancelot. Okay, so we picked Lancelot. Lancelot is next. Okay, so Lancelot. Lancelot is considered to be one of the better characters in the game. He's got fantastic neutral, got fantastic tools, fantastic mix-up, great Oki, great pressure, all the above. I'm going to put him right up here. Top tier. Top tier. And he's cheap, too. He's super cheap. His Fireball, EX Fireball, super cheap. His Fast Fall, super cheap. His pressure, his Rekka pressure right now, super cheap. It's safe. It can get you a counter hit combo if you catch them. And you can basically just start wrecking them like crazy. Other than that, he has great neutral with his 6/6 H, who can be plus at a distance, can confirm anywhere on the screen for big damage combos. He also has great anti-air. He has a great anti-air. He has anti-anti-airs. He's definitely one of the better tweets I've seen is people saying that he's a gorilla with 2 bananas. Ungalot. I do agree that he's pretty unga. He can be pretty unga. Not to mention that he also has a super scart that can let him escape out of pressure, out of the corner. So he's got so many different things that just makes him super great in this game. So there's not even a doubt in my mind that he's top tier and he's cheap. He's not all the way over here cheap, but he's cheap. So that's Ungalot. So next character. Who else are we going to be putting in here? I'll be taking questions and such after the actual tier list. So let's see. Who's next? Ferry. Oh, boy. Ferry. All right, Ferry. Ferry is a character that is also alongside Lancelot and the other top tiers. There's no doubt in my mind that she's top tier. But I'm going to put her like right over here. Little bit under Lancelot. Around, yeah, maybe right there. Right there. So, that is Ferry. Ferry having I think the best mix-up in the game. Also having great neutral, having a reversal that's incredibly reliable. She has supers that are super, super great. She has a whiff punishables, or a super scart that can be used as a whiff punish, of course, with any of her buttons. She has an install super and a ball super that are both hella cheap. Install super, she can get crazy combos. That's where her fun factor is, and that's also where some of her crazy mix-ups rely. Because, man, she can make you hurts just by going low or by going overhead because of the way that she can combo and what she's an install. With the ball, she has crazy chip. She has crazy mix-up as well. And she also has different ways to set up Oki with more GG stuff, with Fuji stuff, and sweep. And another tool that she has is her sweep. Her sweep is the safest sweep in the game while also being one of the longest sweeps that can be cancelable. It's freaking super dumb. She is hella cheap. She is a fantastic character. The only thing I would say is that she does lose. She's really fragile, and she does lose to characters like Lancelot. Lancelot, I do think, kind of destroys Ferry in a way. But at the same time, that's pretty much it. If a Ferry player makes a mistake, of course, she has different ways to be able to gain the momentum back, and she can snowball from there. So that's why I put her in top tier, and that's why I put her in super cheap, because she is such a strong character. And I think a big contender for a character that might possibly be nerfed. So, yeah, I think Ferry is hella cheap. But in terms of, like, overall, like just better character, I think Lancelot's a little bit better. I think he's just a stronger, more well-balanced, and just a more solid character than Ferry. So, that's Ferry. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other ones. Who do we have today? Metera. Ooh, that's a good one. Metera. Okay, so here's Metera. So this is a sick character, by the way. This is a character that I actually am loving more and more I play with her, because she has, like, I like to say, like, an endless pool of tech, or an endless pool of possibilities. She has so many different routes, so many different tools to set play you and to be able to just completely steamroll you. But at the same time having the ability to also zone and take it easy. So, and right now I'm going to put her a little bit above the Diva, but I'm going to say she's like right here. More honest than cheap. All right? Because to be honest, her cheap stuff relies on the honor code. And the honor code is basically just relying on safe jumps, relying on reactable things, more pressure than mix-ups, than anything else. So she's like a little bit above La Diva in my opinion, because she's a more reliable character when it comes to her tools. She has a great anti-air super. She has great tools to be able to put you in block stun and just chip you out with her butterfly mix-ups and to be able to zone you out from a distance and at the same time keeping her distance, and also when the time is right, get in there, start set playing. She's like a rushdown zoner, but without the tools that Ferry has, which is a DP, which is a fantastic anti-air, yada, yada, yada. So, I think she's more honest than cheap, but I think she's a little bit better than La Diva, and because she's just more solid and more overall just more complete character than La Diva, in my opinion. La Diva has a few inconsistencies with Lariat being overhead only and grabs also being just pretty risky in general. So that's Metera. I think she's such a great character. She's so cool too. Okay, next up, who do we have today? What the hell? What the hell? Okay, cool. I did not I did not expect that picture. All right, let's go ahead and go with another one. Percival. Ooh, Percival. So I've been doing a little bit more research with Percival, mostly because I don't know too much about him. So I started looking up a lot of stuff, and I started to play him myself a little bit. And I'm not going to lie, this character is really, really, really good. Really good. The only thing is that he's a little bit more on the complex side. So not a lot of people play him. So not a lot of people, because a lot of things that he can do, a lot of other characters can do better. But he does have crazy strengths. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put him right here as well. Right beside. But he's a little bit more honest than Metera. He's about right here. Right on the same tier. Percival is a character that has great, great tools. He has a DP that's super, super good. He has a Gunflame Fireball that can not only be used for neutral when it's powered up, but also be used for pressure. He also has a Command Grab that you can mix up between his overhead swing that's super plus on block. So he has ways to break your guard. He also has a great, great set of normals. So his 5M and his Far 5L, using it as an anti-air, and his 2L to be using it for pressure, super freaking good. Oh my god, so good. He also has the best mid-screen combos, because he has, of course, any combo into the EX/low slash, into 5M, into EXDP, or into the SCART, or anything like that. I just think he's super underrated. Not a lot of people are paying attention to him because, like I said, characters like Gran, characters like Catalina, characters like Lancelot can basically do what he can do, but way better. Percival also has great anti-air combos. He has ways to be able to stagger his pressure with his command dash. He's got so many different tools, but not a lot of people play with him, so not a lot of people know what to do with those tools when they do play him. So I think he's a character that just requires a little bit of time and a little bit of love. So, but he's super fun. Oh my god, he's super fun. And he's so beautiful. And he's so badass. Like his Super Scarts, like his Super Scart Ender, when he's just walking through the ashes and the volcanoes and the lava floors. Oh, so sick. So yeah, Percival, I think he's up there in the A tier. Or just up here, basically. But a little bit more honest than all the other characters that we mentioned already. So, yeah, Dogra plays him, and Dogra is incredibly strong with him. I think that's a perfect character for Dogra, by the way. Perfect character for Dogra. Okay, so that's that. Next character, who do we have? Close my eyes, and we have Lowain. Lowain. All right, here's Lowain. Lowain is a character that is a very hot topic because whenever you talk about Lowain, you talk about how bad he is. But I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't think Lowain is bad. Okay? I don't think he is terrible. But here's the thing. I mentioned this before already. He is inconsistent. He is inconsistent. He is a character that you cannot rely heavily on. If you play Lowain, you might want to have a backup character just in case. Because there's characters like Beelzebub, there's characters like Metera that can completely decimate Lowain, no matter how well you play the character. And also there's other characters that can just completely decimate you. I'm going to put him down here. Right down here. In my opinion, he's one of the cheapest characters in the game. By the way, he's bad, but he's cheap. Let me tell you why. He's like one of the only characters that has like actual unblockables. Now, you can get around these unblockables, but even if you do, you still can get freaking jumped in on from Lowain. Lowain can still have the advantage. So, not only that, but of course, with him being inconsistent, that means there's a 50-50 chance that he will use his tools for getting damage, and there's a 50-50 chance where he'll use his tools and not get any damage. For example, Iggy. Iggy, there's a chance where it can pay off 100%. You can literally take off half a bar with chip damage or being something like that. Chip damage or getting hits, or you can just not get anything. You get like maybe 10% of their health or get nothing. So that's what I mean by inconsistent. Other than that, he has different tools such as, of course, the brothers on Oki. He does have different things that can be really, really cheap. I've been using Lowain little by little, and sometimes I completely rob matches. Not just with Iggy, not just with Human Pyramid, but just me utilizing Caterpillar and Tommy. I think Tommy's the one that slides for a low. There's a specific pattern that you can use with Lowain's tools that can make him super cheap. So, yeah, I think he's a cheap character for sure. But, like I said, inconsistent. Inconsistent. Offline definitely has a role to play with it too, especially now more than ever because we're living in an age where online is super prevalent and not a lot of offline is being played. So offline, the character definitely falls off a lot more, and he has to rely more on his tools than Iggy or Human. I think Human Pyramid is 10 times better than Human Pyramid, by the way. Human Pyramid is such a great tool to have, but you can only use it in certain situations, like a situation where you have enough life. But Iggy, you can use it whenever the hell you want, of course. Yes, so he's very, very cheap. Anyways, that's that. So, who's next? Who's next? That's it with Lowain. But I think he's definitely the only character that belongs down here on this line. He's the only character that's down here. Unfortunately. That's just the way it is. Alright. Closing my eyes. And I highlighted a lot of stuff. Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm not doing this right. Charlotta! Charlotta. Alright, Charlotta. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at Charlotta. Charlotta is a character that is also incredibly, incredibly strong. One of the best. However, not... Okay, here's where I put her. I put her about right here. Right here. Yeah. Oh, man, this is hard. This is hard. This is hard. Okay, whatever. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. This character's really good. This character's really good. Very, 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 very strong. This is just right on the cusp of top tier and like A tier. She's like in between top tier and A tier. She's like on the cusp. I put her right in the middle between cheap and honest, mostly because Charlotta, compared to a lot of characters, all of her different tools and her different strategies have solutions to them. All of them. what's the freaking thing called? Demon Flip. DP. Rolling down the river. Now, rolling down the river is basically what's saving this for being hella honest. I call it rolling down the river. It's basically barrel roll. Barrel roll having practically no recovery, and also being super, super fast and having great frame data. Noble strategy, thank you. Is one of the reasons why I'm putting her in the middle and not at complete honesty. Now, she does have different tools that make her plus that are super good, of course, like her slashes. But her slashes, they are good, but they're not super great. They can put you in a situation, of course, that can make you block and make you stay there, which is fine. But I feel like she doesn't put you in a situation where you're in imminent danger. Like, for example, Lancelot, EX Fireball, and Ferry GG. It's not a situation where you're like, oh my god, I'm freaking out here. The only way that you can probably be freaking out is if you're in chip damage range. Then, of course, it can be a little bit dangerous. But it's not the same as Lancelot and Ferry. So, with all that being said, I think she's a pretty solid character with solutions and with different ways to get around her nonsense. So, of course, she has EX Demon Flip that can be... Everything on that thing is either safe or plus, of course. But, like I said, everything has solutions. Everything has an answer. Of course, you can say that these things have answer, just block, but not the same. Like, for example, Demon Flip, just air grab or anti-air. Because the Charlotta, if you start anti-airing, it's all a mind game. If you start anti-airing, you start, giving answers, or you start giving anti-Charlotta tech to the Charlotta player. The Charlotta player has to settle down and start playing honest at that point. At high-level play, Charlotta can be extremely honest. So, does she have her cheap stuff? Of course. Does she have more cheap stuff than honest things? Yes. But, well, not really. It's 50-50. Like I said, 50-50 just right here. So, anyways, that's Charlotta. She's like on the cusp of top tier to A tier. Anyways, definitely this one of the characters that I thought was top tier and thought was hella cheap until I started to lab out the character myself. Not me playing her, but me playing against her. And I found a lot of different things. So now I'm not as scared to play against Charlotta as I used to be. All I need is that freaking reversal to get nerfed. I want that thing to be punishable as hell. That's all I want. That's it. That's it. Anyways, that's Charlotta. Put her right up there. Who is next? All right. Let me see. Let me put them all up here, actually. Okay. We have 6 characters left. And Gran. Gran. All right, Gran. What do we have with you? Are you top tier, Gran, or are you like next to? Yeah, I put him like right here. He's cheap. No, I'm just playing, of course. Gran is a character that he's the main character, of course. He has the main character privileges. And I'm going to say something right now. He is definitely top tier. I'm going to put him right, say like right here. Maybe a little bit cheaper. Like right here. Little bit. Well, I'm just going to put him at the same level as Lancelot. Because I think these two are just share the number one spot, basically. Gran. Gran. I fear playing Grans more than I fear playing Charlotta, which is crazy. Gran is a character that you think Ungalot, is can be a threat. Man, Gran is something else, dude. His boots, incredibly good neutral tool. Leaves you plus at a distance. And just, what the hell, dude? Like what the hell? What is with this character? The most asinine damage I've ever seen, right next to La Diva. Crazy, crazy plus frames on like almost every button he has. He has more buttons with plus frames than any other character in the entire game. Possibly the best sweep, or sharing the best sweep in the game, right next to Ferry. His 2U is freaking ridiculous. And now that Grans are starting to catch up on how to utilize 5U, that tool is incredibly strong too. It's super, super strong. And not just that, the whole aura of the character just makes the players just absolutely just be completely fearless. I've never seen a Gran player or a Gran in general promote their players to be so fearless in my entire life. Like, they feel like they're the kings of the world. Kings of the world. So let's go over his tools. His fireball, his boot, his sweep, his plus frames. His damage is outrageous. He has such great Oki too. A fantastic jump-in tool. Oh my god, dude. He has the ability to make everything completely safe. He's just so good. He's just by far one of the most complete character in the game. Now, the reason why I put him right next to Lancelot is because Gran doesn't have anything super special or gimmicky, but he has everything about him is just good. He reminds me of Ruby in that regard. Ruby didn't really have anything gimmicky or anything going on for her that made her super strong. Just everything about her was just good. That's what I get the feeling of Gran. Gran emanates that exact same feeling. Lancelot, of course, prioritizes more offense and mix-up and pressure more than Gran, but like some of his downfalls is his defensive qualities and all that good stuff can be exposed. Gran is like, you just have to outplay the player. You just have to play the character, outplay the player. Because if Gran was playing tip-top shape, I don't think anybody can touch him, dude. So, yeah, he's the Shoto of the game, of course. But yeah, Gran is just up there, man. If I would, I'd probably scooch Gran just a little bit higher up. But no, I think these two are pretty much neck and neck. Pretty much neck and neck. And because of, the whole thing, he has no gimmicks, I don't think he's super cheap. I just think that all of his basic tools are so good, they're at the brink of being cheap. Isn't that weird? Oh, man, it's weird. Anyways. But, like, there's nothing like GG, nothing like Fast Fall, nothing like EX Fireball on Gran. So, that's that. But, like, his tools that he has, man. Low profiling 2U, freaking a boot that's plus at a distance. He's got freaking damage that is ridiculous. He steals rounds. This character and Catalina steal more rounds than I've ever seen. Maybe Ferry is right up there, and Lowain. But no, this character steals a ton of rounds, dude. Just one boot. Just one EX boot or just one counter hit medium boot. That's it. Anyways, that's Gran. Next up, close my eyes. Beelzebub. Beelzebub. All right, Beelzebub. Or Beelzebub, as I like to call him. Beelzebub is one of the newer characters that came out at the same time as Narmaya. He's been getting quite a bit of love, actually, from quite a few people. But I feel like this character is not explored enough. I played him myself, and I feel like there's something more to this character than meets the eye. He has his strengths, and he has his weaknesses. I'm not 100% sure where to place him. And because of that, I might have to go ahead and go with my gut instincts to putting him honest. I know where he lies on the tier list, but I'm not sure where to put him honest or cheap because he's got some cheap things. He's got some things that are cheap. But at the same time, like, they're not incredibly cheap. They're not super cheap. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put them right dead smack in the middle, actually. I'm going to put them dead smack in the middle right here. Right here. I think he's about 50-50 for now. Like I said, I think this character is very underdeveloped and underrated as of right now. But I do think he has a lot of really good things. He's got possibly the best fireball in the game. Like, hands down, that fireball is so good. Both strengths, light and medium and EX. Super good. His wings, super good neutral tool and super good way to play mid-screen, of course. He's got a great super. He has a command grab super and a projectile super. So he can combo into one of them, and he can also catch some others off guard. The same way Diva can with her command grab super. He has his suction or his vacuum. Vacuum is a super strong tool that is, I think, hella underdeveloped right now. I feel like that's the key move for the character. Also, EX or his dive kick. His dive is incredibly good. Plus on block in certain situations. His EX one is always plus. His medium one is always plus more times than not. Light version, you have to space it for it to be plus. But if you utilize it for two different you utilize that move for two different purposes. It's anti-air. So if somebody tries to anti-air bubs, you can go ahead and dive kick. Or if you want to be in a situation where you're advantageous. So those two things itself are super good. So those are some great tools. His 5H is really good. His 2H is fantastic as well. So many good tools, man. But like I said, I think the character's missing something. I don't know what it is. But he's missing something. So as of right now, I'm going to go ahead and put him in this tier. A little bit above, or well above Lowain, actually. I'm probably going to put him a little bit higher, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Like right up here. Great tools, great combos, good damage, great fireball. His DP is lacking, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be super good to be a reversal. It's all right. It's good for getting people off you. That's about it. Either or, yeah, I think he's a solid character. He just is lacking something. I don't know what, but he's lacking something. I think that we're waiting for that one Beelzebub player to completely shut us up and say that he's top tier. I don't know. He's like on that boat. Anyways, that's Beelzebub. Who's next? We got... let's see here. Let's put... Okay. There we go. 4 characters left. Oh, God. Zeta! Zeta-chan. Okay. All right, Zeta. What do we have with you today? All right, Zeta. All right, so this, if you guys don't know, this is the character that I played before Narmaya. This character 100% is underrated. She has flaws. She has different strengths as well. That's only she has. She has a ton of momentum on her side. She has great tools, but at the same time, those tools can be exploitable. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put her right here. Right there. All right. So, Zeta. Zeta, here is my thing. Zeta, I think, is a character that has tools that are easily... that are not... how can I explain this? Let me explain this in more simpler terms. She has great tools, but those tools can be exploitable, and they're not consistent 100%. I think Zeta has the ability to completely just steamroll somebody if the momentum shifts in her favor because of pogo stick mix-ups. And she has some of the most, like, she has such a huge, enormous quantity of safe jumps in all variations of her special moves that I just think that this character can be safe when it comes to knockdowns and when it comes to Oki. And at the same time, turning all of those safe jumps and knockdowns into mix-ups with her pogo stick. So if you don't know, her pogo stick can be a mix-up in its own, so she can go overhead or low, which is the strongest form of a mix-up in this game. If you have some form, whether it be reliable or unreliable, you have some form of a high-low mix-up, that automatically makes you a pretty good character. Her frame data is by far probably one of the worst in the game. And I'm not saying when it comes to special moves, I'm saying when it comes to normals. Normals are freaking awful frame data, by the way. Special moves itself are also kind of bad. The only thing that's just really, really strong as a special move that I feel like is unique to her is her Rhapsody. Rhapsody can be utilized in multiple different ways. Defensively, and you can use it offensively too. So defensively, of course, you use EX Rhapsody, get the guard up, and then, of course, utilize whatever follow-up you want to do. Offensively, you can actually utilize it to bait out specific things and be completely safe. I've seen Zetas. This is a new thing that Zetas have started doing. They literally run up to them, do Rhapsody, and then if they do anything, they try to outspace, they try to whiff punish anything. That's the opponent. You're looking for something that Zeta does, so you can whiff punish it. So if they react, Zeta can go ahead, Rhapsody, guard it, freaking blow them away. So that's some new things that Zeta players are coming up. And of course, there's some things that are unique to her, like her anti-air moves. She's probably one of the best anti-air characters in the game because of her EX lunge or her spear lunge in the air. She also is one of the few characters that has a air super, so she can confirm pretty easily from the air and anywhere on the screen, really. So I think the character is really strong, but I think she gets beaten out very easily, and she can be found out very easily as well. Like I said, all these strong suits that I told you about can be exploited, all of them, including another tool that she has is really good is her Fireball. Fireball is one of the best fireballs in the game. Don't at me. One of the best. Not as good as Beelzebub's, but it's really freaking good. It's a beam that nullifies projectiles and goes full screen. And you can switch up the projectile timings as well. So, with that being the case, she's a character that has extreme potential. But I think other characters do her job better. I really do. I feel like she's a poke-heavy character while having gimmicks and having a lot of momentum-based strategies. So, anyways, either or, I think she's strong, but she's more honest than cheap. She definitely is. Not a lot of things are concrete, so I think she's more honest than cheap. So, I put Zeta right up there. That's around mid tier, like top mid tier. Anyways, who else we got? Okay, close my eyes. Narmaya. Narmaya. All right, Narmaya. Where am I gonna put you today, Narmaya? My chica. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put Narmaya right here. Right here. Narmaya. Here's the thing with Narmaya. All right, here's the thing. Narmaya is by far one of the most honest characters in this entire game. One of the most honest characters in this entire game. One of them. If not the most. Actually, she's probably the most honest in this entire game. That's what I'm basically exclaiming in this tier list. She's not cheap whatsoever. Not by a long shot. So, with that being said, she has fantastic tools. She has great tools on paper, and they really do shine in the actual match itself. However, here's the thing with Narmaya. Narmaya has tools for pretty much every situation. However, she has those different tools locked behind stances. And because of that, she is by far one of the most complex, complicated characters in this entire game. So, being able to utilize stances and stance switching is such an important tool with this character that if you don't know how to utilize it properly, you're going to get ass blasted. Narmaya has great combos, great neutral tools. Well, not great neutral tools, but great buttons, I should say. Oh my god, hold on a minute. Give me a second. Oh no! What have I done? I must adhere to my boy Link. Yes. Come to me. Come to me. Yes. Yes. Hello, Link. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that, my boy. Thanks for the tier 3 for 33 inches, dude. Holy god damn it. Anyways, appreciate that, dude. Okay. With that being the case, where was I? Let me start over. Okay. Simplifying it, summarizing it. She has great tools. She has she has a reversal. She has great tools at neutral. She has ways to be able to get in. She has different ways to mix up. She has a great throw game. She has good ways to be able to bait out throws, and so on and so forth. However, like I said, to be able to utilize those moves, you have to recognize which stance is more appropriate for the situation, because all those tools are separated into different fragments or different phases. So if you're up close, you have to realize, okay, you have to be in Kagura stance to be plus on certain situations. You have to be in Genji stance when you're at a distance, or you can be a Genji stance at a close position, because in Kagura stance you have everything on cooldown. So there's so much meter management, or so much resource management, I should say, with this character, more so than others, and it makes for a very, very confusing game style, or makes for a very confusing. Like, not a lot of people know what to do with this character. They don't know. They don't know what to do with this character. And I don't blame them, because she has so many different things to be able to be good that not a lot of people know where to start. And that's primarily why she's such a difficult character to get into. You have to spend a lot of time with this character. So I've spent day and night, sweat blood and tears, and tried to be able to make this character work. And I'm just now starting to realize her potential, and now starting to realize her strengths and her weaknesses, and what I can do and what I can't do to accomplish the W, you know? So, and I'm like, what is this, freaking almost a month in? Oh, man. Holy crap, too, dude. So, yeah, and then not just her specials, exactly. Not just her specials, but her normals, too, are different. So, she's by far one of the most honest. Her mix-up is not cheap. She does have mix-up. It's not cheap whatsoever, because her mix-up consists of a left-to-right mix-up, and that's probably the most inconsistent, less cheap mix-ups in the game, because block button exists. So at that point, you have to rely on neutral, and you have to rely on spacing to be able to get your damage. So that's Narmaya. But I think she is definitely one of the better characters in this game because of it. She's so good. She is so good. But she needs a lot of love. She needs love to be able to utilize her effectively. So that's Narmaya. That's Narmaya. You have to be dedicated to this character. I feel like she's a couple of changes away from being top tier. I agree. I agree. All right, we're down to the last two characters. Who's going to be the last two characters? Should we, let's flip a coin. Let's flip a coin. How about it? All right. God damn it, where's my coin? I don't have a coin, chat. This is no good. I don't have a coin. This is an outrage. This is an outrage. I don't have a coin. All right. Oh, I do have a coin. There it is. Okay. All right. Heads for Vaseraga, tails for Catalina. Oh, God. Redo. Heads for Vas, tails for Catalina. Heads, Vaseraga. Vaseraga. All right, Vaseraga, where am I gonna put you, dude? All right, Vas, where you be? Where you be, Vas? All right, I'm gonna put Vas right here. Just right next to Zeta. Sorry, needs to be a little bit more to the right, like right here, like right there. Cool, like right there, above Bubs. Overall, as a character, I think he's better than Bubs. Vaseraga. To start from the beginning, Vaseraga was by far the most underestimated character in this entire game. More underestimated than Lowain. More underestimated than Lowain. I want to say that Vaseraga right now, currently, is now being more developed and is now being more explored. And the more I learn about this character and the more that is there, the crazier this character gets. Of course, he's a big target. Yes, he is definitely a big target. But I do think the character has strengths that nobody else has, that a lot of people underestimate as well. Armor is, yes, it's good, of course. Armor is great, and if you know how to utilize it, it can be a force to be reckoned with, depending on the matchup too. But I think things like his fireball, things like his command grab, things like his lunge, combining all those things with his damage and his armor overestimates Lowain. Wait, what? Anyways. No, I'm talking about in the beginning. That was in the beginning. In the beginning. I'm talking about, like, in the beginning, the characters that were, like, underestimated, or characters that were, like, low tier and stuff, were Lowain and Vaseraga. Then the meta developed, and we found out that Lowain's still down there, and Vaseraga went up. That's what I mean. Now, the character has been more developed. The character has so many different things that can make him very, very viable. Well, like, Gran was the most underestimated in the beta. I'll talk about the beginning of the game. Let me finish. Vaseraga, like I said, developed. He's got different tools to be able to make him very viable, especially tournament viable. He's got a fantastic set of tools to be able to dish out damage. Great anti-air. Intimidation factor is through the roof. If that man starts walking, there's no way in hell that you're not clenching. You are clenching, unless you're playing Catalina or Gran, because you can just EX Fireball. Okay, granted. But, nonetheless, the character starts walking. He puts a fear factor in you the same way that Diva puts a fear factor in you when she gets close to you. So, all those factors put together, and you put them in a strategy to be able to dish out damage, the character is a force to be reckoned with. A much more solid, much more complete character than a character like Bubs, where his game plan and his strategy is a little bit inconsistent. You don't know what to do. You don't know whether to zone. You don't know whether to go in and rush down, to play neutral. What do you do with Bubs? Vaseraga has a very concrete, solid game plan to be able to get the W. You get the armor on. You start walking on them. You walk on them. You can be able to utilize your stance for neutral and also for mix-up and for command grabs. Of course, he has different weaknesses that not a lot of people have. Like, for example, he has no reversal whatsoever. No reversal at all. His mobility is lacking. And his jump arc is one of the slowest in the game. His ability to get in is very, very bad. But guess who's another character that has that exact same problem? Who? And just like Diva, once he gets in, you start panicking. And he has great frame data, actually. FAR 5L +1. He has a really good far 5M. He has a fantastic 2M. He has a pretty decent sweep. It's not too bad. Far 5H can be used the same way that Percival's. Be able to just get a reach in and start to be able to utilize his fireball. His fireball is super good because it can be utilized for pressure and for neutral. Alongside that, he has just like I said, he has good damage, man. I think he holds the record for the biggest damage in combo, right? Am I mistaken about that? Maybe it's Diva or Gran. I'm sorry. It might be either Gran or Vaseraga. I think one of those two holds the record. Yeah, I think it's Vas, right? Yeah. It's a very, very, like, not even it's like almost touch of death. Yeah, it's like crazy, like, impractical. But either or, the way he gets damage, when he does get damage, he gets a lot of it. And Boot does 10k, right? Anyways, nonetheless, I put Vaseraga a little bit above Beelzebub, or actually above Beelzebub, at mid-tier, or mid-top tier, I should say. Or top-mid. I'm sorry. Now I'm thinking about it. Just a little slightly below Zeta. Like right there. Like mid-tier. Solid mid. Because Zeta's like top-mid, I should say. Or not top-mid. Yeah, I like top-mid. So he's like mid-tier right there. This is low-mid. And right up here is high-tier. This is like low-high. This is high-tier. And this is high-top tier. Anyways, either or. That's where I put Vaseraga. Last one, Catalina. Oh boy, Catalina. Where would you go? Where would you guys put Catalina? All right, here's what I'd put Catalina. I'd put her like right here. Put her like right her. No, I'll put her like right here. A little bit more. Yeah, right there. Okay. Here's where I put her. Top tier. For sure. Right on the same tier as like where Ferry is. She's a little more honest than Gran. But she does have her fair share of BS. But unlike Gran, she has a more... So here's the difference. Here's the difference between Gran and Catalina. Because a lot of people have this huge discussion of, oh, Gran is just another Catalina. Or Catalina is just another Gran. Gran is a more offensive gorilla. Catalina is a little bit more of a lame playstyle compared to Gran. She has different tools to play outside of your range. Any range. Any range you can play at, she can play outside of it. Her fireballs, her far 5H, and of course her 2M. And when she gets up close, she has her close 5M. She has different, like her grab mix-up, and of course her close 5L. All that good stuff. She's definitely a very, 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 very good character. Way more balanced than Gran ever could be. Because unlike Catalina, Gran actually has a lunge that makes him plus. Think about that. Catalina's lunge does not make her plus. It makes her safe, which is, I think, what all lunges should be like, other than Vaseraga's, because Vaseraga needs it. So, Catalina... probably the best buttons in the entire game. Right next to Gran, she has the best anti-air. I think Gran and Catalina share the best anti-airs in the game, especially the damage output after that. Other than that, I think she is just really good. That's pretty much it. Another situation where her tools, she doesn't have too many like gimmicky tools, but she has strong tools. All of her tools are strong. But Gran has a little bit of an upper hand in my opinion, just because some of the tools that he has are just straight up dumb. Straight up dumb, dude. The only dumb button that Catalina really has is far 5H. That's a dumb button. Stupid. Yes, this is going up on YouTube. But yes, that's where I would put Catalina. Right up there. And that's pretty much my tier list. That's it right there. That's my tier list. Yeah, she's very straightforward. She's very straightforward gameplay. Yep. You just poke it out. Yeah, poke them out. Very lame, footsie-based character. Compared to Gran, who's a freaking monkey just going crazy. Anyways. Here, I'll put him, like, right here. How about that, guys? There you go. There's the final. You guys want me? Here you go. Human Pyramid's actually mad good. There you go. Bam.